Now, from your weather authority, meteorologist Cody Bailey.
And it is a very active Thursday morning. Thankfully, things winding down severe-wise for the time being, at least. But we still have a couple of strong to severe storms in our far southern counties. And then still some pretty strong activity moving through the Evansville metro. No warnings with those at this time. But here's a look at a very colorful alerts map. And we've been mentioning all week long, anytime you get a colorful alerts map, that's not necessarily a good thing. So usually the nicer it looks, the worse the situation is. But we do still have that severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect for a good portion of southern Indiana and western Kentucky. That is scheduled to go to 1 o'clock, but I would expect that could be expired. Now up to the north, that severe thunderstorm watch that includes Clay, Richland, and Lawrence counties, that goes until 5 o'clock, and that is a new extension as well, just about an hour ago, for another complex of storms that's developing out towards the northwest. So we're not necessarily out of the woods just yet. Once this activity pushes down to the south, those blue colors there that you see, those are some flood advisories and flood warnings. And we've had quite a bit of rain. Severe thunderstorm warning, actually a new one for southwestern Muhlenberg County that goes into Todd County outside of our viewing area. So the worst of that activity is moving out of Muhlenberg County, but that warning will go until noon. The other one scheduled to expire, that hasn't been taken off. Not sure if that's been extended for southern Hopkins County. That was originally scheduled to end here at 11:30. But you'll notice some good news. With all the rain that we've had, that's kept our temperatures cool. In Indiana, Indiana and Kentucky counties, rather, have been removed from the heat advisory, still in effect over southern Illinois. And the further west that you go, that's the better chance to get into the 90s today with heat index values at or above the triple digits. But we're all back in it for that heat advisory for tomorrow. A chance of strong to severe storms for your Friday, but not as widespread as today. So I don't think we'll have quite the coolness and the effect from the rain tomorrow to keep us cool. But here's a look at storm reports that are still kind of filtering in. We've had a lot of damage reports up in Gibson County where a trailer was blocked or blown over. We've had trees down blocking roadways across parts of Evansville, trees down across southwestern Spencer County. Over to Rockport, there was a report of some wind gusts as well in excess of 60 miles per hour. We had a 70-mile-per-hour wind gust at the airport, or not at the airport, but on the county line, Warwick and Vandenberg County line. 70 miles per hour when that first initial line moved through Evansville. That is now pushing into the Bowling Green area where there actually is a tornado warning for Bowling Green right now. So if you know anybody down there, you may want to give them a heads up that is moving through. But again, the worst part of the lines, I think, moving out of Hopkins and Muhlenberg counties. So wave number one, at least pushing out. We've got this other back building activity that is starting to give us another light show here. Continuous, if not frequent, cloud-to-ground lightning with these storms. A lot of heavy rain over Henderson, over to Evansville. That severe thunderstorm warning that was issued earlier, that has since been canceled. Just some heavy rainfall, maybe some gusty winds, and can't rule out maybe some small hail and those heavier downpours as well. But this activity sliding again to the southeast, approaching the city of Owensboro. There's a closer look down to the south. Again, the worst part of the storm out of Muhlenberg County now, despite that newer warning. It's really issued down in advance down in Todd County as well. So we've had some gusty, damaging winds across the tri-state. Nothing too impressive right now. Rainfall, though, has been one of the bigger issues as well, with flash flooding and some heavier totals. We had a report of about 3.5 inches in an hour just east of or around Oakland City. Our estimate shows a total of over 4.5 inches. Is pretty much right on the Gibson-Pike County line there between Oakland City and Arthur there. We did also have a report of some spotters saying that Highway 64 at the I-69 exit up in Gibson County was flooded as well. Down to the Lewisport area of Hancock County, nearly 4 inches of rain estimated by our Doppler radar site. So we've had several reports of flooding across the tri-state in addition to the wind damage and hail reports as well. Heavy rain still falling outside. Here's our Heads Construction tower camera looking down on the US 41 strip with some rain on the lens. A little bit of rain getting ready to move back into the Owensboro area once it exits Henderson. It was a pretty active scene from our Bill Morgan roofing tower camera earlier. Same situation on the east side of Evansville. Gloomy with rain continuing at a steady clip, along with some off and on showers and or at least off and on thunder lightning as well. But here's a look at those temperatures. We're only at 70 degrees. Considering that the air in place outside of the storms were conducive to highs today in the upper 90s, we will take this. Of course, it came at a price with the severe weather, but you can see that big difference between the clouds and the rain, and where places out towards the west are already in the 80s and 90s. We'll be there tomorrow, though. And here's that secondary complex of storms that's really getting going once again over Illinois. Data is continuing to show that this, much like this morning, is going to dive to the south later this afternoon. So we will see if that holds true. We'll also see if the atmosphere here in the tri-state can recover from the rain and storm activity now, and if there's going to be anything left over to support those storms later on today. So here's an updated future tracker showing wave number 1 pushing away, and it does bring a second wave between about 2 p.m. until roughly 5, 6 o'clock. But you can see it kind of weakens as it approaches the Evansville area. So I think maybe more energy up towards Illinois or southern Illinois counties, and then not a lot left over with the rain cooled air here in the Evansville metro. So we'll continue to watch that as it develops later on this afternoon, with another risk for severe weather. Tomorrow, a weakening line of storms, or at least a kind of broken line up to the northeast, brings another risk for severe weather for our Friday. Same situation on Saturdays. We get wave after wave. Not an all-day washout, but a couple rounds in the morning, a midday break, possibly some more later in the evening after sunset. That also brings with it a chance of severe weather. So here are the next 3 days, including today, still at level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather, level 2 out of 5 for tomorrow and Saturday, with that slight risk for most of the tri-state for Friday and Saturday. Of course, we are still under that heat advisory for tomorrow. High temperatures in the upper 90s, could feel like 105. Hopefully, like a day like today, we'll get some rain to cool us off. Scattered showers and storms continue off and on Sunday. Looks like maybe earlier in the day, should wrap up by the evening hours. And then some good news for the 4th of July holiday weekend. As we head to Monday and the 4th of July itself, Angie, it's looking like those rain chances drop off. A little hot, a little humid, but nothing like what we'll feel tomorrow. So we'll take it for this time of the year. Not too bad. And
very good indeed. We'll take it. No rain
Absolutely.
on our 4th.